this is Tom, aka Gedeon here for Tabletop Taproom and Star Frontiers Gamer. We are doing Fanzine Friday number 56, which means we're reviewing Frontier Explorer number 31. But before we get to that, I just want to say thank you to our sponsor, Gloomer Games, who has sponsored the channel and is going to be running a Kickstarter in September. So that is Gloomer Games doing a Mystic Days, the Clyde Caldwell edition in September. You're going to want to get yourself on the notify me list for when that goes live. And I'm very excited about it. The more I learn about the project, the more I'm looking forward to it. Very jazzed. So let's take a look at Frontier Explorer number 31. This has a great cover done by Jerry Bosher. I love this Yazarian. He's holding on to what looks like a law rocket, i.e. the heavy rocket off of the equipment list. You have a Drolosite firing some sort of beam weapon, and they're taking fire from whoever it is that they're in conflict with. It is just a great cover, lots of action. Love this stuff. Now, the first article is the Drolosite Strong Being. It is an archetype article. Drolosites, part of their racial ability scores, their species ability score modifiers is they get a bump to strength. So they're stronger than the average character. And so I just thought we should do the Drolosite Strong Being, Strongman archetype. The basic character types are the Variety Act / Carnival Strong Being, the Professional Sports Fighter, and the Bouncer. Each is a little different from the last, so this has got some nice ways you can actually take this character. And this illustration here is clearly inspired by a Muhammad Ali photograph. You just see that Drolosite going, stay down, stay down. So short 2-page article. There's an ad for the Citizens of the Frontier online game. And then we get into this 10 standard Sathar. I like this article. You've got, and within these 10 standard, you've got type 1 is the conscripts. Then you have rank and file troops, support personnel, frontline troops, mechanized troops, special weapons, assault troops, the pilot, military officer, and the intelligence officer. So I just thought this, you get the stats, you get basic equipment, you get a little description and write up on them. This is handy if you're running a Sathar heavy game because it gives you a little bit of variety for what the player characters are going to face. And the artwork is great artwork from Jerry Bosher again. We have part 9 of Things That Go Boom, Artillery. It is an in-depth article on artillery, more than you ever wanted to know. So some great tables, great information here, particularly if you're doing that Sathar heavy game where you want to be launching some mortars at them. This is, and again, another great illustration by Jerry Bosher. Sadly, it got shrunk down a little small in this layout. I wish it was bigger because it is a gorgeous picture. Then we have an article. It's a conversion and review of Bad Squiddo Games' baggy character. Their baggy character is a dice bag, and he's a little bit oversized. So Bad Squiddo Games is a unique company that I found in Great Britain. And their shtick is that, number one, it's run by a woman. And her shtick is that they produce respectful female miniatures for gaming with a focus on areas of gaming underserved by big gaming companies. So Like one of their products is World War One Pigeoneers, and so it's female characters in uniform who are managing the whole, the pigeon courier thing. And I believe they even have like a wagon with pigeons on it. So they've got some really cool stuff. They've got like Queen Elizabeth, but the emphasis is on respectful looking female characters, and they have unique characters in historical, fantasy, a variety of genres. And this dice bag character, this Baggy the Bag, is like a mascot character, and I thought he looked like a Drollicite, so I ordered him, and I started doing a hack job conversion on him to be a Drollicite. And so I just walk you through the whole conversion here. And we gave him a helmet with some goggles on it, because he is holding this particular version of Baggy the Bag is holding a rocket launcher, and he's got that squid. It looks like a rubber squid toy on the end of the rocket. Or you could do it as that it's like a real squid on there, and the eyes are all total bugged out, so depending on how you paint it. And so I just thought this whole holding the rocket with the little rubber squid on the end was just screamed Drollicite to me. So I did the conversion. Now, he is obviously oversized. You can see in the photos here where I've done some side-by-side with classic TSR ink miniatures of Drollicites. He is a monster. It's kind of problematic, but I still like him. I just think he's cool, and I just think he's a cool looking character. So that is Baggy the Bag converted to being a Drollicite. Next up is the Osaka Soul Plant. And this is our Ecology of article. Eric Windsor wrote this, and he came across some of these plant miniatures that he had 3D printed. He sent me some. I never got around to painting mine, but I was going to paint them and then do fresh photographs of them. I just never got around to painting them, but he did find some great photos of them, some of them already painted. And I just thought this was a great idea because, here's this creature you can introduce to your Star Frontiers game, but there's also a miniature for it. And I just loved that whole idea and approach. Plus, I didn't mind him mailing me miniatures. So excellent. And then there's an ad for Space Kids RPG for it's kind of a Scooby-Doo meets Star Frontiers that you play with your kids. And then we get into this article called Gauze Weapons. It's a Needler's article reviewing the Needler weapons, but it's an alternate take on them, given to us by Richard Ferris. And some great artwork from Jerry Boucher again. I just love his stuff. Next up is the Shotgun Holdout Pistol. This is in the Minzy Marketplace article that I wrote. I had driven my father to the VA hospital, and I was waiting for him to finish with his appointment, sitting in the waiting room, and I grabbed up a magazine, and there was an ad for this Diablo shotgun pistol. And I'm looking at it, and I'm reading the copy in the ad, and I'm like, how can they mail this pistol, mail a shotgun pistol to you, mail order in the United States? How is this even legal? Well, it was legal because it was a muzzle loading shotgun. So it kind of skirted the law, and they were able to, do the whole mail order thing. So I liked that idea because in the setting on Clarion, they have some repressive gun laws. And I thought the Boonsha are into, the Boonsha as a species that were introduced in the Star Frontiersmen. They had the multi-pistol. So I thought, I'm going to have a Boonsha weaponsmith on Clarion doing, weaponsmithing, making weapons that skirt the edge of the laws that he's still able to sell. And so I wrote a little piece of fiction here, and you had this Yazarian. He needed to get his hands on a weapon. So this Yazarian sees that there's this weaponsmith, and he's thinking, a weaponsmith on Clarion, that's so out of place. Well, it's a Boonsha, and he's making weapons that are still legal, but this one's, it's a muzzle loading shotgun. So once you load it and you pull it out and you fire it, it'll let somebody know they've been kissed, but it's still legal because, I just was fascinated with that idea of how that in the real world, this Diablo shotgun pistol could be mailed to somebody by mail order, and that could be legal. So I just thought that was an interesting thing to do for the Frontier, and I had fun drawing the little shotgun pistol here. There is a breech loading conversion. So if you take the pistol off of Clarion and you want to switch it over to breech loading, so you could just load regular shotgun shells, I included the that modification in this article. And I drew a nice little Yazarian here, and he's got two pistols pointed at somebody. That was a fun illustration as well. Next up is Jet Boots Redux, an alternative movement system for Star Frontiers. And, Joseph Kabadass, man, he's just being thorough. This is just thorough stuff. We have an ad for Frontier Space Gremlins. I have the PDF to this module, have not read it yet, but I do plan to read it and eventually do a review of this Frontier Space module for Star Frontiers fans. So that's coming in the future. And then lastly, we have Bones and Mortar, a traveler story. This is a piece of traveler fiction. Most of the time when we've got a fiction story in the Frontier Explorer, it's Star Frontiers. So I loved getting this because one of the things that we wanted to do after the 2018 trademark scandal with Evil Hat was we wanted to diversify the magazine a little bit. So we wanted a little more traveler. We wanted a little more Frontier Space, a little more this and that and the other thing. And so, getting a nice, and I love the story. I thought the story was fantastic. And great artwork, again, from Jerry Boucher. I mean, he was just killing it with this issue. And then Escape Plan comic on the back. So there you have it. Frontier Explorer number 31. Not a lot in there, but still some great equipment articles in there. And I really love the 10 Sathar, with stats and equipment. I thought that was an absolutely fabulous article. So this is Tom signing out for Star Frontiers Gamer and the Tabletop Tap Room. Thanks for watching our video. Thanks to our subscribers. You guys are great. Don't forget to check out the link in the show notes for the Kickstarter for Mystic Days and Gloomer Games. You're not going to want to miss that when that comes out in September.